Welcome back inside the Sawyer Center here on the campus of Southern Nazarene University. Chris Cox here, joined by Brecken Myers. Brecken, a wonderful match. You'll get the victory over Southern Arkansas, 3-1. 7 straight victory for Southern Nazarene over Southern Arkansas. Just talk a little bit about the match, what y'all saw, what y'all knew about Southern Arkansas going into it, and that allowed y'all to get that big win, especially a fairly easy win given that fourth set, how that went.
We knew that they were going to come out big against our outside blockers, so we really had to work the backside of the floor and get our middles moving and quick into the game pretty fast, so that helped free up our outsides towards the end of the game. You saw we got a lot of them in, I think like 5 different outsides, so to help get the younger girls experience, that was really awesome, and they really showed out.
One of the big things in this match tonight, the serving that y'all had. I mean, just fantastic serving. 13 aces on the night. I'm sure that's a season high. I'm not positive, but I would imagine it's right up there. What'd y'all see with the serving that allowed y'all to get so many aces?
During film, we really focus on like the other team to receive and like try to find holes. But during practice, we've really been putting in a lot of work behind the service line. Probably really more than anything. It's been really good for us, obviously. It's paying off.
The four service aces for you individually. What were you seeing on there? Were you looking for specific holes, or were you targeting certain players?
Really working the seams, getting their Rivera moving, number 18 moving. That paid off huge for us, getting them out of system.
Another good passing game for you as well. 42 assists. When you're passing, what are you looking for on the floor while you're passing? Trying to see where your girls are. Are you running specific plays?
We really try to focus on the other side of the net, focus on where their block is, and then from there I'll pick the hitters that I'm going to run, and then our defense does a really good job of finding the holes and letting our hitters know where they are.
You also had a couple of kills tonight. What goes into it whenever you decide to, just flip it over on that second touch instead of setting somebody else up?
It's really focusing on the time that they're the least ready for it. Like the long rallies, they start to lose discipline, and that'll free up the court.
Now you'll have a really quick turnaround right back here tomorrow afternoon against Arkansas Monticello. What are some of the things that y'all are going to be focusing on in that, just really a few hours until you're right back here?
We're about to go and scout, actually, but really our first ball contact, that's going to be huge for us, because if that's there, we get all 3 hitters involved in the game, and it's hard to stop us because we're so big.
All right, well, Brecken, thank you very much for your time, and congratulations on the win, and hopefully you'll get a chance to enjoy it a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Joining us for just a moment, we'll be joined by head coach Kevin Ingram here shortly. You're listening to the Crimson Storm Sports Network. Welcome back inside the Sawyer Center here on the campus of Southern Nazarene University. Chris Cox joined by volleyball head coach Kevin Ingram. And Coach Ingram, congratulations on the big win, 3-1. You had to be really happy with the way that your girls played.
Yeah, I was. I mean, we started really well. We finished really well. The middle part in there, we could play a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Allowed them to kind of stay in the game with us a little bit more than what I really wanted us to. But overall, we pretty much controlled the whole match, which was good to see for sure.
Yeah, that third set, it was kind of back and forth. Southern Arkansas ultimately got the third set 26-24. What would you say to your girls in between that third and fourth set to really get them fired up for that fourth set, because they came out really strong?
Yeah, I didn't really say a whole lot. I mean, I think my girls knew. I mean, they were playing with them the entire time. Mm-hmm. What we did do is just kind of moved our lineup around a little bit to match up differently so that they weren't seeing the exact same thing. And so once we did that, it just kind of took off. Plus, we got on a really good service run with Logan back there, and that always helps too.
Yeah, you mentioned the service run with Logan. Serving all match long was fantastic. What was it, 13 total aces for your Crimson Storm? Had to be really happy with what you saw from the service game.
You know, I mean, we've worked extremely hard in the last 4 or 5 weeks on trying to serve at a high level, putting something on the ball, but also being consistent, keeping it in play. So it's good to see that definitely pay off for us in a game finally. We had more serving errors, and we had, serving aces than errors. We didn't have very many serve receive errors, so both those things, those first ball contacts, are huge.
How I know you said you've worked a lot on serving, throughout the past couple of weeks. How much of that is now that becoming a weapon for y'all?
Well, we hope that it's going to become a weapon. I mean, we still need to see the consistency in that, but that's our hope, is that we can serve at a high rate into good locations, and when we do that, I mean, you really have the upper hand, because you get teams out of system, and then you kind of know where they're going with the ball. So definitely something that we want to utilize when we got servers back there that are capable of serving the ball, really, really aggressive, but at the same time, they've also got to know where that happy medium is.
He'll also hit the ball really well tonight, a .222 hitting percentage. Talk a little bit about that, what you saw from your girls and their attacks.
I felt like we were pretty patiently aggressive. Didn't start that way in a key area, but did a good job. Brecken did an unbelievable job spreading the ball around, moving the ball to the right hitters based on what we saw in the scouting report. And then the hitters just being patiently aggressive, waiting for their opportunities to put balls on the floor. Otherwise, just putting balls in the key spots that we knew that we felt like we could score in. So.
We'll have a quick turnaround with Arkansas Monticello tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. What are you going to be working with your girls on in that little bit of time? Is it just, getting them fine-tuning a couple of things? Because there's not a whole lot of time to put in a brand new game plan.
Yeah, there won't be much that we're working on. More just kind of looking back at film and what we've already scouted and that kind of thing, and make sure we're all on the same page of the things we know they're going to do and the things that we need to do going into the game tomorrow. But hopefully this will be a building point for us. Good to get a win at home here, but definitely like to back that up again tomorrow. But we know Monticello is a tough team. They're going to come in and they're going to be different than the team we just played in a lot of areas, but feel like if we just come in and play our game, we'll give ourselves every opportunity to be successful again tomorrow.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck tomorrow, and we'll hopefully talk again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Coach Kevin Ingram joining us as his Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm got the victory by 3-1 over Southern Arkansas. You've been watching the Crimson Storm Sports Network.